This is Get Off My Lawn Live. Join us as we talk trending topics, world and local issues, and the conversations that we need to talk about as people. Get Off My Lawn Live is a Nighthawk Network presentation. All right, everybody, what's going on? Hi. It is your boy, Eric Buckner, Big Easy in the building. And once again, we are joining you live for Get Off My Lawn Live. As you know, I am your host, and I am ready to talk about some things with you this evening. And among those things will be things regarding election views and things of that nature. But before we get to any of that, we have a very special guest here this evening on Get Off My Lawn Live. There is a person that I would like for you guys to meet. She is, among other things, a model, a singer, and a YouTube sensation. She is the one and only FierceMama. And here she is, y'all.
Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Yes, you guys, this is the one and only FierceMama, the one I've been telling you about. We are definitely going to talk to her about her life and times and how she get to this point in life in terms of her YouTube and modeling and singing and such. But before that, we are going to go to commercial, so you have time to get ready and get settled and share the live with other folks so that we can all have this discussion together. So as we do that, I will basically introduce you to some of the other people here in the wonderful Nighthawk Network. And when we come back, we'll be talking to the one and only FierceMama. This is Get Off My Lawn Live. Let's go, y'all. Nighthawk Network presents Pastor Sean Love. Pastor Sean Love, devoted father and husband, a residing pastor at the River Rouge Bible Assembly in River Rouge, Michigan. Join him as he gives us messages from God's Word, Bible study, and encouragement. You can find him on YouTube under Sean Love.
Hello. It's another glorious day, my T-Sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Behind the Blue Curtain, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Unscripted talk, on police reform and race relations.
And now, behind the blue curtains, law enforcement liaison, retired 32-year Chicago police veteran, homicide detective, former commander, sergeant, grant writer, lecturer, and adjunct professor, Joseph J. Mosley.
Behind the blue curtains, minister of common sense, former 12-year Fort Worth police officer, educator, voice of reason, and unapologetic practitioner of sound judgment, the young scholar, LaRonda Young.
Behind the blue curtains co-host, fact checker, and investigative journalist Isidoro Rodriguez.
Be on the lookout for Israel's Room. That's Israel's Room, coming soon as part of the Nighthawk Network. Hi, this is Eric Buckner, host of Get Off My Lawn Live. Join me March 30th when we have as our special guest the one and only FierceMama. FierceMama will be our guest on Get Off My Lawn Live, March 30th. Please join us.
Hello, my fierce babies. Hola. Bonjour. Ça va? Hello. It is me, FierceMama, and you guys are my fierce babies. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me once again.
Get Off My Lawn Live is a Nighthawk Network presentation. This evening we have our very special guest, the one you just saw. That would be the one and only FierceMama. How are you this evening?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming in so we can get to learn a little bit about your life and times and what you got going on. So for the people, those of you who do not know FierceMama and would like to have a quick synopsis of what she is about and where she comes from, would you please tell the people about your life?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Eric said, my name is FierceMama. I am very Canadian, born and raised in Canada, close to Toronto. I am a mother. I am a new YouTuber, and I'm an influencer slash model, and I work full time as well. And I'm a live streamer on 2 different platforms.
Yes, one of which is a platform we know as Bigo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, you are, as you said, Canadian. And have you been there all your life? Was there a time that you actually lived in the States, or have you always been a Canadian citizen?
I've always been a Canadian citizen. I traveled a lot with my dad when I was younger to many different states, but I've always been a Canadian.
Awesome. So you have been to the United States at some point. So you're familiar.
Right.
All right. Awesome. Okay. We got a lot of people chiming in. Want to say hello to you. So let's do that. Hello, FierceMama. That is Dr. Marla Facey, who will be joining me a little bit later on in the show. What's going on, cousin? Come through, FierceMama. Yes, that is Big Meech of Big Meech and Dishing Tea with Big Meech. She's saying hello to you as well.
Hi,
also speaking to Tracy, who was checking in, one of the fine VIP members of our Nighthawk Network. What's going on, Tracy? The H2 talking about some of our commercials we have done. You go, girl, says my cousin Marla. Canada is beautiful, absolutely. And basically every person that I've met, particularly from the Big O platform, are very beautiful people. I wonder why I have not been to Canada more often, because we definitely have a lot to offer. And of course, Stan Mason is checking in this evening. Hey, E-Buck and beautiful guest, Stan Mason from Behind the Blue Curtain, another one of our fine podcasters here in the Nighthawk Network. All have come to greet you and meet you, so that is awesome. Now, I personally have met FierceMama through the platform known as Bigo. Let's talk about that for a minute, shall we?
Sure.
Bigo is a streaming platform where you can meet and greet with people. You are also set up to give those people who are the host, or in some cases not, gifts in order to show your appreciation for the things they're talking about or showing you or saying. So I was made familiar with that through our person in the network we know as Aunt Nikki. Shout out to you, Aunt Nikki. And from that, I met such brilliant people, one of them being the one and only Fierce Mama herself. Now, do you recall when I first popped into your live? Do you recall that particular
I
day?
do. For
Okay,
whatever reason, my memory is very, very well when it comes to that app and what happens on that app.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So, like I said, I popped in. I'm like, wow. I mean, the obvious is yes, she's beautiful. But when she got to talking, and you could see that she was not only beautiful, but she was entertaining. She was engaging the audience. She was having some very good conversation, and it's like we were just like right there in the room talking to each other. And ever since then, I was like, okay, let me follow her. And whenever she was on, she'd do anything from cooking or talking to her daughter about things, or basically telling us about some of her modeling things and things of that nature. And it's just an awesome conversation. You don't get all that on Bigo all the time, mind you. But in the case of Fierce Mama, definitely the case. So I am thankful that I've met her and several people like her. Actually, another person I want to give a shout out to, Shy Glow Horror, who I'm looking to have on the show this Thursday, actually, on the After Dark edition. She is the one who introduced me to Fierce Mama. So shout out to you, Shy.
Shout
And
out to
she's like, follow her. She's cool people. And sure enough, she was absolutely right about that.
Aw.
So now my question to you is, as we get more comments coming in, hold on. Good evening, everyone. Hey, TC, what's going on?
Good
You be
evening.
cooking now. That is awesome. Yes, actually, she's a very good cook, like you and myself, cousin. I've seen some of her work, and of course, she's seen some of mine. What did you think of some of my cooking there?
Every time I look at your cooking, whether or not I just ate, I instantly get hungry again. All of your
Ultimate compliment.
amazing.
Thank you very
Yes.
much for that. For those of you that are not familiar, I do cook, and I post a lot of what I cook on the Facebook page or the Instagram page. That is Eric Hawk 45 if you are so inclined to check it out. Okay. She's stunningly beautiful, absolutely. But she's more than just beauty. She also is brains. Let me point out that among other things, she is a model. She has an Instagram following over 30,000 people. And if you go to that Instagram, which is also same name, Fierce Mama, you will see some awesome pictures that she has taken over the course of what, a good year or two. Tell us a little bit about your modeling work.
Yeah, so I actually joined Instagram many, many years ago, and I just thought it was going to be somewhere fun to like put up my pictures because I loved taking little selfies of myself and trying to be cute and stuff like that. So it's my page started growing maybe back in 2018. And I noticed there was this one particular company. I was like, wow, I really like their stuff. I want to work with them. And a lot of people know them, the Fashion Nova. But I was like, I don't think they're going to want to work with me. Like, I don't have a following or anything like that. But I kept pushing and reaching out to them and just putting it out there that I'm going to work with them. So I actually, I do have a little like partnership with Fashion Nova. I have like a code that people could use to save money and they send me stuff. Of course, I have to purchase from Fashion Nova, but I do get a few treats from them as well. So once I started with Fashion Nova, I realized like my following went up just by even using like the Fashion Nova tag. And that was like 2018.
Oh, wow. And then it all just kind of went on from there. You're also a makeup model as well. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I do model for a company called Sapphire, and it is they basically their main product that I love the most is their eyeshadow. So that just started the end of 2020. I did a few lipstick campaigns. There is a company that is Canadian, and they're called Faces, and I did basically a big platform billboard for them years ago as well in my younger days, but that started off my makeup career. And I'm going to be doing some reviews on lip products for another individual called Becca's Beauty. So that's going to be on my page. As soon as I receive the products, I'm going to do a YouTube review for her and then a post on Instagram as well.
Awesome. That is awesome. Okay, we got more comments coming in. Hold on. Wait, hold up. I never said I was a real cooker. I cooked in the military, but I am much better eater of fine foods. You could
Me
cook,
too.
stop playing. Promoting always allows for some good percentages off and getting good product. Absolutely. Okay, so in terms of your modeling work, let's go back just a little bit more.
Sure.
what was the day where you realized, they think I'm pretty. I can model and make money off of this.
To be honest, in my mind, I was like, I can just get some free stuff. That's really cool. But then I was like, I don't want to be doing that. I need to really brand myself properly. And if anyone wants to work with me, they do need to know that I'm going to charge a fee after I got to a certain amount of followers. But like growing up, I went to like a little private modeling school and stuff like that because I'm tall, I'm 5'9". So I was like, let me try this modeling. And I went to modeling school for a while, but I love my food. So I was like, am I going to be a thin model, a curvy model? I'm literally right in between. So I don't know what to call it. But yeah, I've been doing that since I was really young. And one thing, I don't know if you were in the room in my Beagle room when I was talking about this, but I actually introduced the chicken McGrill for McDonald's when I was young.
No way. No, I didn't hear that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was like my first biggest gig ever, and that was a commercial for McDonald's. So that was back in 1999. Yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you been modeling now?
If I tell you, then you're gonna guess my age, and I don't want to.
I'm not trying to do that. I just wanted to ask that question. You do not ask the lady their age. I know that. My mama taught me well. But I do know you are not of a particular age like myself, but you're definitely not a teeny bopper either. That being said, you look awesome regardless of your age.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Because since child, the chicken McGrill, I probably ate too many of those. Yeah, when they first came out, I did too. Because when they first came out, telling my age, I was working at McDonald's at that point. So
really?
I was one of the first people to actually have them. And ain't nothing like making your own, let me tell you. fresh off the grill.
Right. When we were on set for that commercial, that's all they fed us. So it was a 2-day shoot, and I was getting so sick and tired of it. And I'd go and be like, can you guys make me like, I wanted McFlurries. And they're like, no, you only have chicken McGrills. I'm like,
oh man, come on. That ain't right.
I know.
You better tell your age. It's a blessing to get older. Absolutely, cuz.
It is. It is.
She's of a particular age herself, so that's why we feel that way. But no, that's okay. We understand. But I can tell you she has a daughter, and she is probably in her early teens. Y'all can do the math from there. We'll leave it at that. But speaking of being a mom, what is it like? How do you enjoy being a mom?
I absolutely love it. It is a challenge. It is a lot of work, but it is the most rewarding thing. I know it might sound cliche, but it really truly is. You know, when you think like you love something or you love someone and then a child comes along and you're like, whoa, this is a different type of love. Like I would do anything for her.
Right. And see, the thing is, because I'm not a parent and people get on me a lot about that, and the same token, I realized, I could have been one, but in the same token, I didn't want to be a single parent. I wanted to be a parent in a collective because mom, dad is basically how I feel that should go. If it cannot do that, then I'm not good with it. Okay. Got more comments. Hold on. Oh, she's probably my oldest daughter's age, hitting mid-30s. I'm a good guesser. We will move on. And, hey, E-Book, can you ask her, fashion-wise, not trendy, what clothing should older men stay away from so they don't look clownish? That's an excellent question.
Oh, gosh. Okay, what's the question again? What clothing should older men stay away from?
Okay, let's go back to that. Okay. He says, fashion-wise, not trendy, what clothing should older men stay away from so they don't look clownish? And if some of you other guys have questions, feel free to ask them as long as they're respectful. Do not come with no disrespectful questions, people. They will not be aired.
Okay, so I would say older men shouldn't be rocking joggers unless you're going for a workout. Are you in joggers right now, Eric?
Well, I have this nice polo shirt on that I like very much. As far as the lower extremities, I will not comment.
I mean, like, unless you're going for a workout or something like that, I think khakis, no matter what age, is always good. And it could be khaki, actual khaki color, gray ones, black ones. They have a lot of nice new material that gives some stretch for guys as well, too, now. So I would say just the joggers and like Jordans and that type of look. I don't think it suits a man after a certain age.
Okay, what do you think of skinny jeans too?
To be
I'm not
honest,
watching on skinny jeans, Aunt Nikki. No. And nothing skinny about me.
if they can pull off skinny jeans, right ahead. If they're comfortable and they can pull it off, go ahead.
Okay, there's other people want to answer the question. Can I answer stay away from sagging? Now, I agree with that. That is an excellent point. Good question, says Tracy. I can't stand older men trying to sag their pants. No, I cannot either. I can't stand anybody sagging their pants, to be honest.
No.
It is so ethnic. I love jogging clothes too. Oh yeah, like I said, I own several jogging clothes and whatnot. More times than not, if I'm just chilling, that's what I'm wearing. Now, if I'm going out on town and business, yeah, I deal with it different. But my everyday wear, casual. No skinny jeans for no mid-aged man. No. No skinny jeans for no man. Period. My personal opinion. Aunt Nikki being silly, but yeah. So there is that. Now, hold on. Comments keep coming. I love them. Me either, but an old man is horrible trying to do that. Let me tell you.
It is. In my mind, I'm thinking of somebody like Prince. Like, he could have pulled that off all day, every day. Like, that's what I mean. If you can pull it off and it looks good, it's just straight, do your thing. But if not, which a lot of people can't pull it off, a lot of women can't even, much less men, then yeah, just stay away from it.
Right. Cousin, we too much alike. And several things we are, cousin. Very true. I'm just saying, I hate skinny jeans, and say I hate them both also, Aunt Nikki. We are all of a particular age, so I understand that. But for you younger folks in the room, if you feel like that's a good style and look for you, you go for it. But do know I'm judging you, even though I shouldn't be. But I am. But anyway, okay, so in terms of the fashion, as far as women go, particularly women, let's say in their 40s and 50s, what do you suggest?
It really depends where they're from. Like, if they're somewhere warm, I mean, summer dresses are nice. If they have to be in the office, I love a woman in a blazer and a skirt, or a blazer and a nice pair of pants. That's what I was wearing when I went to the office every single day of my life before working from home. So yeah, I like that. A very nice top. It could be a larger top with tights and a nice belt to kind of pull it all together. There's so many, when it comes to women, honestly, we're lucky because there's so many different styles that we can do and pull off, and it will look nice as long as we put it together with the right accessories.
Absolutely. Okay, comments still coming. I like a boot cut jean, no skinny jeans. Yeah, I could roll with that, Tracy. I ain't mad at that. But that was him. Prince and Michael could only get away with that, and maybe a couple other folks, maybe like a Lenny Kravitz or somebody. But yeah, I agree.
Recently had Prince in my head.
Women can get away with a little bit of everything. Also true. Yep, I'm judging too, says Nikki, about skinny jeans and whatnot. Get a nice top and some spandex with some nice shoes. You know, actually, in terms of summer fashion, what I really enjoy and I wish more people would do is a nice summer dress. Not necessarily form fitting, you know, some maybe a little loose, but something that shows your curves without over accentuating them, you know?
Right.
Something that you can look nice and comfortable in.
Exactly. I'll rock those all day in the summer. A little bit flowy, you know, so it's not like, but
right.
Yeah.
Because it's hot. You gotta be able to breathe, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it me, or have black yoga pants replaced jeans with a lot of women? They are everywhere. Agreed.
1000%.
Agreed. And they don't look good on everybody, y'all. Spandex is not for everyone. I'm just going to say that, okay?
It's not. We used to wear them and then feel like, okay, we're going to cover like the hips and the butt area. But now it's like no one's covering anything. They are literally just like your everyday pants, which is really strange.
Yeah. Okay, I got one more question myself after these comments. Hold on. Oh, I love the floral dresses that flow. Yeah, me too, cousin. Absolutely. Yep, Stan. Okay, now here's my question. And I do not know when this happened, but it did. Okay. The furry slippers. I hate them. I hate them. Why? Why?
I have no idea.
Please tell me you don't own it. You don't own any, do you?
I don't know. They're ugly.
They are horrible.
Dust and dirt and like, oh,
And people will wear those things all year long if they can.
I
Them
know.
furry Ugg boots that they wear in the summertime. I know your feet are so sweaty in those.
It's gross.
And Eric, when you get too big, it just ain't working. Absolutely. Nikki saying, "Oh my God, yes, yoga pants are not for everyone." Agreed.
Well,
Fuzzy flurry slippers is for teens. It's not necessarily even for them, really, because they wear them to death. And I guess you would if they cost $150, $200. You're gonna try to get your money's worth. But, no, I just don't get it. Okay, my cousin said, Bill Buck checking in. Crocs are horrible. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing I really wear my Crocs for is when I'm in the house and I'm chilling. Those are like my substitute slippers for when I'm doing something and don't want to mess up my house shoes. So yeah, that's what my Crocs are for.
Right. At least they're breathable, not like the Ugg. Yuck.
Yeah, or maybe if I was going on the beach, I might wear some Crocs. But beyond the realm of that, no thanks.
No.
For those of you joining the room, we have Fierce Mama here, the one and only Fierce Mama. She is, among other things, a model, a singer, and a fashion influencer. Now, when we get back from this quick commercial break, we're going to talk to her about her singing career and some of that. She might even hit a small note or two for us, maybe. I might even sing a little bit. You never know. But hold on. First off, I ain't playing that kind of money for no shoes. Agreed. I hate those slippers too. Lily's mom brought her those Ugg slippers. I'm like, she is 7. Do not wear those, Lily.
No, she's too young.
Ball caps, no. Now, I ain't got so much of a problem with that. But I guess it depends on the play. If you're going to work like that and you got on the whole work shirt, no. But you just hanging out and stuff, I ain't got no problem with the backwards cap. I love full sweatsuits. Exactly. See, I'm not the only one. You understand. I wore military boots for many years for obvious reasons, as I'm sure my cousin did too. Several people are in my family that are military people, including my father, God rest his soul. So yeah, we got a lot of military background in the Buckner family, so I get that. But yeah, let's take this commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more with the one and only Fierce Mama, y'all. This is Get Off My Lawn live, baby.
Hi everybody, I'm Lily, and today I'm going to share my book with the whole entire world. And give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Join me on Monday, April the 5th, 2021 for Hey Bitches Live with your host, Miss Helena Hologram, and my special guest for the evening is Reverend Dr. Jamie Washington, pastor of Unity Fellowship Church of Baltimore.
I am Reverend Dr. Jamie Washington, and I get to serve as the pastor of Unity Fellowship Church of Baltimore and the president and founder of the Washington Consulting Group and the Social Justice Training to join my friend Helena Hologram on Hey Bitches on April 5th at 9 o'clock.
Hey Bitches Live is a Nighthawk Network presentation. I am your host, Eric Buckner, and our special guest this evening is the one and only Fierce Mama. There she is. Got any
Hello.
more comments before we go on in our discussion here? My cousin saying hello to Aunt Nikki. What a cute baby girl, Leon. Yes, she is. Wonderful.
She's so
Star in
cute.
the house. Thank you very much. She is a star in the making, setting her in directorship. She sure is. She sure is. She is a darling little child. I love her dearly. But okay, folks, we are talking to Fierce Mama, as I said, the one and only. We are talking about some of her various endeavors. Among them, my friends, she is not only a model, but she is also a singer as well. So, Fierce Mama, please tell us, how did you come to know that you had this voice that was meant to entertain people?
I grew up in the church, so I don't know if you know how that goes. When you grow up in the church, you're just
I can
pushed
relate to that, yes.
yes. So you're pushed into being on the choir, on the praise team, etc. I didn't take anything serious as a young child, but I realized that I had an ear for harmonies. Like if any song could be singing and I can pick out the perfect harmony for it. So I started sharing that with people and then they were like, "Oh, wow." So I started going to like individuals that had different rehearsals for shows to do like the actual harmony arrangements for them. And that's when I was only like in grade 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So then it just all kind of grew from there, huh?
It did. It did.
Okay, so in terms of your singing, have you actually done like live shows and events?
Yeah, so I would never call myself a wedding singer, but I am the brand ambassador for a company called the DNA Project. Shout outs to the DNAproject.ca. So we book live entertainment for weddings, corporate events, and all of that stuff. So of course, because of COVID, it kind of came to a standstill, but as of the last 6 months, we've been doing Zoom gigs, believe it or not. People want to still have us entertain and we do Zoom gigs. So that was one of my last live performances, actually.
Awesome. Now, actually, I'm glad you brought up COVID. We're going to talk about that in a second. Nikki saying hey. And of course, my co-host for my sports podcast, that being the Game Time Audible, Hugh Lee is in the building. What's going on, Hugh? Cousin saying, what you singing for us? I love a very good gospel song. Okay, well, hold on, cuz. Let's warm her up to that, okay? Before we go there, let's talk about COVID life. Because keep in mind, as we have said, Fierce Mama is from Canada, where she currently resides. And I myself am curious as to what life during COVID has been like there in Canada overall. Can you kind of give us a brief overview?
Oh, sure. So it has been very, very interesting, very different. I remember in Canada, we call it March break, not spring break for the kids.
Okay.
So I take my daughter to a hotel every March break. So she had the week off school and we went to a hotel and we're like, okay, let's go in the pool. Let's make the most out of it. And then we're going to go to a restaurant and eat. I was just sharing the story the other day. So we did all of this stuff. We went to go and eat at the restaurant. And when we got there, they were like, you can't come in. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, because of nobody even called it COVID then. It was Corona. So because of Corona, we just shut down the kitchen. So I was like, what do you mean? So I got in the car, go to the next restaurant. Every restaurant in that entire strip told me the same thing. And that was my first like realization, like, holy crap, this is so serious right now. So we had to just like order food and do all that, eat in the hotel. But it has been crazy. We have been in lockdown, back to open, back to lockdown, back to open. we have different phases, and I can't even tell you what all the colors mean. We've been in every phase, yellow, red, green. It's just very different. And I guess it's something that we just have to get used to and try our best to make the most out of it, because it seems like this is the new reality. This is the new normal.
Okay, so that being said, are you kind of keeping track of what goes on here in America in terms of COVID, and how do you kind of compare the two situations?
I think it's very different, and I obviously it's going to vary state by state, but I have spoken with people that come to my live streams and they're like, "Oh, we're completely open. All the restaurants are open." People come in my room from Miami and they're telling me like, "We're at the beach, you know, we're at the bar, whatever the case is." So I know it's different state by state, but it's very different than it is in Canada. I think Canada is a lot more strict with the lockdown, where I am in particularly.
Okay, yeah, that being said, a quick reminder to my people in Detroit and various places where baseball is played and opening day is about to start. No ballpark in the MLB, with the exception, I believe, of the Texas ballparks, are set up to have full crowds. So that being said, if you are used to going to hang out in those areas downtown or by the stadium during opening day, don't do it. We don't need any more super spreader events that's going to lead to us being in lockdown situations longer. Just don't do it.
So are you in lockdown right now?
Well, we are kind of like in a semi-lockdown where basically half of our businesses are allowing 50% capacity. Some of the major outlets still not quite open, but for the most part, things are open, but like limitedly.
How is
that being said, our numbers are growing up these last couple of weeks in hospitalization. So at the rate it's going, we might be shutting it down soon. Okay, hold on. How did Canadians feel about I don't even like to say that name, even though he's gone now, the Orange Clowns, and how he managed COVID, as in our previous president?
I have nothing to say. I can't even think about him without laughing, because I just feel like he was a joke. I feel like the whole thing was a joke.
For a reason.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Canadians probably felt like we did. Stupid.
Exactly.
Okay. Canada probably don't have the same problems that America has due to our old president. Okay, the one question I have to ask that I know people are wondering, in terms of the stimulus in terms of Canada, how did that work with you guys?
So for the stimulus, like, I know the individuals were all receiving their income, and then it came to an end, and then they had a meeting to extend it. So as far as I know, it was extended an extra 8 weeks. Because of my employment, I didn't receive anything. I had nothing special that I got. Even though I wish I had something special in my account, I didn't get anything special.
Okay, so you pretty much worked throughout the pandemic. So it didn't. But no, in terms of the Canadians, there was like a monthly stimulus you would get?
I believe it was bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. Y'all hear that, y'all?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, don't even get me started.
Ontario. That's my province. So it was bi-weekly in Ontario.
Okay, so you're actually close to the studio here in Detroit. That's good. I was thinking you were from Toronto, actually, but yeah.
Toronto is in Ontario, and I'm 4 hours from Detroit.
Okay, so no, you still are in Ontario. Okay, I get you. Yeah. Providence, Ontario City, Toronto. Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to get us some season tickets, Easy, talking about to the game. Well, don't get them yet, because I ain't going these first couple months. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, Hugh says, amen. A very bad joke. Yes, that being the former 45 himself. Moving on. Okay, so here we are. We are into the show. We only have Fierce Mama for another 15, 20 minutes or so. And of course, when you say you're a singer, one of the first things people always want to ask you is, can you sing? Will you sing them a little something? My friend, it's completely up to you. I'm not going to pressure you. We would like for you to display a little bit of your singing talent. If you would, sing anything you like.
Well, I think your cousin said she likes a good gospel song.
Absolutely. Her being Dr. Reverend Marla Facey, I would think so.
Wonderful. I'll sing a little something, but keep in mind, I'm very much a soprano and a backup singer. That's what I love to do. Back up and give those harmonies.
Well, if you don't sing, I will, and I don't think they want that.
All right, so here we go. You made a way when our backs were against the walls and it looked as if it was over, you made a way. Now I'm standing here only because you made a way. That's all I got for you right now.
All right, y'all. All right. Let the church say amen, amen. That's what I'm
Amen.
talking about. Yeah, y'all. She got a little something for y'all. And actually, there are other song stylings that she does. She's being quite modest right now, but she actually is a very good singer. And you can find some of that work on her YouTube channel. But before we talk about that, let me get a couple of these comments in, y'all. It's okay. We ain't mad at you. You said it was beautiful.
Thank
Cousin
you.
said, I love that song. You did wonderful. She most certainly did, y'all. She most certainly did. But see, here's the thing, y'all. What you do not know about this young lady, she is being very composed and very chill because she's in the interview situation and maybe slightly nervous. But let me tell you, this woman is highly entertaining. I learned that after I started viewing her YouTube page. We got to talk about that, but hold on. Amen, says Tracy. Make sure she is in the Sunday Soul Cipher. Aunt Nikki, also known in the Bigo streets as Aunt Nikki 215, has a Sunday Soul Cipher that they do every Sunday. From put the time on there, Nikki. I know it changed a little bit, but yeah, every Sunday she invites people from Bigo to come on and display their talents for fabulous prizes, including treasures and shields and such. And yeah, you absolutely should come and join us because your talent should be displayed with others, and you can get some of them Bigo coins.
There you go.
Absolutely do that. I'm usually one of the judges. Every now and then I'm one of the singers. People don't know I sing a little bit. Some of them do, and some of them laugh. Some of them know I can hit a few notes. I can.
Oh, okay.
I will not at this time though. So no. Anyway, let us talk about your YouTube. Now, here, my friends, I'm going to actually give you a couple small samples of her work. This comes actually from the latest video that she has on her YouTube page. And for those of you who would like to see more of her work in regards to that, we're going to talk about, we can find all her social media very shortly after we talk about this. Okay, hold on. Here go my cousin. 6 p.m. Eastern is the Sunday Soul Cycle on Bigo, by the way.
Okay, perfect.
Well, how about a duet? Not today, cousin. So sorry. Yes, I'm throwing fields. That's right, Nikki. I know. You got it like that. But okay, so yeah, let us watch a little bit of this video here, and we'll talk about it. This is her latest YouTube post from a few days ago, or at least part of it. Here we go.
Welcome back to my channel. It is me, Fierce Mama. I hope everybody is doing well. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for visiting me, and do not let it be your last time here. Hello, my fierce babies. Oh my gosh, my earrings are gonna be clinging this whole time. Please forgive me. I kind of love them. I don't want to change them. So in today's video, we will be doing a review on glasses.
Vogue Me glasses.
I absolutely love them. I have a new partnership with them. So their slogan is Born to be Unique, and I absolutely love their slogan because that's what we're all born to do. We're born to be unique, so it's amazing. I'm so happy about this partnership. I have my first set of glasses and I'm gonna share them with you guys, and I'm gonna try to share some pictures as well. This partnership is gonna continue, so I'll continue modeling their glasses, but for now, let's start off with the first 5 that I have. Oh, I gotta change these earrings. Okay, you guys, so I have all of the glasses. I just kind of placed them down on my lap. They do not have prescriptions in there, but you can get your glasses with prescriptions. All the glasses come with terry cloths, which keep the lenses very clean, and I'll show you guys the packaging as well. So I'm actually just cleaning it off right now. Glasses number 1. I already took some pictures in these, and it is on their website. So look at these guys. Like, I want to take a moment because these are so adorable. I'm going to want to take a moment with every single pair. I cannot go in any particular order because they're all my favorite. Like, I can't go first to last or least favorite. They're all beautiful. I love the details on them. I know that these are currently on sale, so I would definitely scoop these ones up as soon as possible. Look at that, so cute. And with these, I find that you could dress them up or dress them down or whatever. They're so like casual, but
And there we have it, y'all. Some of her work there on the YouTube. The one and only Fierce Mama is here joining us. Going to talk about that in a second. Let me get a couple of these comments in. You know I ain't scared to ask about the singing. I know you're not, cousin. When I was in my mid-30s, I modeled for Paris Mickey, and I modeled glasses and contacts when they were color contacts. But
hey,
when the color contacts was new coming in. Gotcha.
Nice.
You are beautiful. The glasses are adorable. Absolutely.
Thank
You know me,
you.
I'm typing my butt off. I have no problem with that, cuz. But yeah, okay, so I'm looking at your videos here, and I noticed, outside of the usual things you would notice when you're looking at an attractive young lady, is that some of your production in regards to the editing and whatnot, very well done. Gotta ask, are you the one doing that work, or do you have a production team that does that for you?
I am not the one doing that work. It's not me. Right now I'm using J-Light Artistries, and I'm going to be using about 2 or 3 other. I want to have a whole team.
Yeah, because as you know, most of my work, as for those of you who know my stuff in the network, I do myself. I'm constantly learning more things to do so that when the time comes, I'm able to do all type of production and editing and all that good stuff. Because I believe, as you believe, in multiple streams of income. So I'm trying to create those avenues for myself as well. But yeah, I had to, as a person that creates content, give that person their props. They do an excellent job in doing the editing and all that good stuff.
They
You
do.
broke girl, says my cousin. But yeah, also, folks, I would let you know that she has several YouTube videos that you may view. She does fashion Nova stuff to where she reviews the clothing for that. She's done the eyeglasses. She's also done some cooking things on there. Kind of some day in the life stuff. So that being said, what made you say, okay, I want to start doing YouTube videos?
To be honest, it was something that I was supposed to start years ago. And for whatever reason, I just didn't start it. And I was like, I'm so busy with work and being a mom, and I don't have time to make content. And I knew if I did start, I wanted to give good content, not just me like, here I am. Like, I wanted to give something good. So when the pandemic happened and I started working from home, I found that I had more time on my hands, and that whole traveling back and forth, because for me to get to the office was a good 45 minutes. So that alone, I was saving time. So I figured, let me start this channel. And one thing that really kind of gave me a wake-up call was Shoe Dazzle. I work for Shoe Dazzle. They're a very well-known shoe company, and they reached out to me and they were like, hey, what's your YouTube channel? We want you to do a video. And I was like, oh crap, I don't have one. And then that was like a wake-up call to me, like, I need to get my act together and just start my channel now. My family thinks I'm so crazy, like I'm the family clown. So I'm like, let me just share everything in my life once a week on YouTube.
When I say y'all need to watch these videos, because some of them are so highly entertaining, you will laugh, you will think, you will just be like, wow, that is so nuts that she's doing that. And her daughter is lovely. She is also in some of those videos. You will like some of the things that the interaction between them. I think your mom makes an appearance in one or two, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, she's a miserable West Indian lady. It's actually very funny when she comes in my videos.
Okay, I do want to ask you something in regards to that. Hold on just a second.
Sure.
Yes, I do mind. Stan said he does his own production work. You do too,
nice.
Stan. And like I said, we need to sit down and talk about a couple things I'm working on. You probably can help me out with. But in terms of what I've learned in doing the Bigo and meeting a lot of people that are from Canada, particularly people who are minorities, people of color, a lot of you have a a mixed background that involves coming from some form of the islands or some South American country. Is there a
Right.
particular reason for that, or it just
It is so strange. I have no idea why, but even when I met Shy for the first time, she was in her kitchen and she was taking out her stuff and she had the exact same tea that I had, the exact same sweetener, which is all like from Jamaica, and we have to go to a particular store to get it. So I was
right?
laughing and I'm like, oh my goodness, a lot of us from Toronto have this West Indian background, whether it be Jamaican, Trinidadian, Bayesian. So I don't know. I guess they just decided like let's migrate to Canada.
Right. Because, like I said, and I haven't met all the women from Canada. I will tell you that. But it seems like if you go particularly on that big old site and you see a lot of the women who are from Canada, they are just stunningly beautiful. It's just like ridiculous to me. Like, wow, why did I miss out on this? I could have been going to Canada and meeting folks. And not only are they beautiful, a lot of them tend to be very kind-hearted, nice people, very bubbly people. Not like some of the people here that tend to be like, oh, I'm beautiful, and you know it. They're very humble with it, which is what I really like about it. Okay, yep, doing my own production. Don't always like it, but I do it. Yes, I know that, Nikki, and you are very good at it from what I am told and what I've seen. You still can go. Yeah, true enough, and I might actually make that trip to Canada. Like I said, Toronto in particular, I've met several people there that I could come stop by and say hello and probably cook them something to eat. A couple people have requested that I do that, so I might just do that. But okay.
I just want you to make me some salmon and mac and cheese and I'll be happy.
Y'all in my mac and cheese, man. Go and get you some Canadian sugar. Look at you, cuz. Still trying to hook me up after all this. Don't nobody want this. It's all old and big and stuff.
Stop.
I know. But anyway, yeah, that being said, y'all, I want to give y'all another quick sample of video that she has done. Let's check that out right quick. And then have a couple more comments before we let this young lady go, because she got other things to do, y'all. Here's Mama. Hello. Mama got stuff to do. Okay, once you cook, there you go. New woman. Well, I've been told worse. You'd be surprised. I love you, cousin. I really do. But okay, let's check out this video, y'all. Here we go.
Important one for the love of love. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fierce Mama. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I hope yesterday everybody did have a great Valentine's Day. No matter how you celebrated it, even if you're single, I hope everybody did have a wonderful day. Also, I hope you guys took some advice from my last week's video on ideas to do for Valentine's Day. I'm still kind of in the Valentine's spirit, hence this sweater, but after today we're gonna keep moving right along and get ready for spring.
Spring is coming. Yes, yes.
Okay guys, so in today's video I want to basically take some time out and go over things that guys need to stop doing effective immediately. When I did my video about things girls need to stop doing, I got feedback from some females and actually 2 dudes, and they were like, you need to do a part 2, things that guys need to stop doing effective immediately. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I wrote down some thoughts in my phone exactly how I did last time, so I'm just gonna go over it. No particular order, so it's not like most important to least important. This is just how I wrote it down. Okay, so it is dudes, stop being passive. Grr. Do you know how like frustrating that could be if you are passive? If you're with your lady, or even if you're with another dude, your guy friend, whoever, don't be passive. So let's make a choice, let's make a decision together. Don't say I don't mind, you choose, either way I'm good. Don't do that. That's passive. That's not passive aggressive, but it is passive, just like as if it doesn't matter. By you not engaging in a decision, it does show the other person that you don't care, even if you do care. So dudes, Stop doing that. Okay. This is if you're in a relationship. Stop taking your partner for granted. It seems like it's something that is so obvious, like, come on, Fierce, why do you gotta say that? We all know. But trust me, there comes a point in time in a relationship where a dude takes his partner for granted and doesn't even notice it. And maybe it's not intentional at all, but it just happens. And it happens so naturally. So don't do it. A woman needs to feel like she is never taken for granted, that she's always wanted, always cared for, and always needed. So if you do feel like you're taking your partner for granted, stop it. The sooner, the better. Turn it around and just fix it. And literally let her know, babe, I realized I've kind of been taking you for granted. That's gonna stop. Trust me, that goes a very, very long way. Okay, fellas, don't fall.
And there we have it, folks. Another great example of the work by the one and only Fierce Mama.
Thank
and
you.
her YouTube channel, her letting the fellas know what they need to do. She also has some tutorials, so to speak, for the ladies as well as part of her channel. Hold on, comments here. Make sure you cue her on my show. Stan Mason's Behind the Blue Curtain, which appears Saturday at 11 a.m. on the Facebook. You can find it under Stan Mason. He also has a YouTube channel with the same name. Please check him out. Talks about police reforms and other issues involving police-related issues and basically just stuff in general. They have some excellent conversations of late about racism and a few other things that I enjoyed of late. Keep doing that good work, Stan. Okay, don't be passive. A woman wants a man that can make a decision. Girl, you are so right.
Yeah.
No taking partners for granted. Teach that lesson, sister. Good information.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so in terms of your YouTube channel and your singing and your modeling, we are here now in March now. We're gonna assume at some point the pandemic's gonna end. When all that is said and done, what is some of your future plans, Fierce Mama?
I literally need to get on a plane and just go to an island and somewhere in the States. I kind of want to go to Vegas and Antigua. I've had that in my mind for such a long time. Last March, I was supposed to be in Las Vegas. Everything happened. The airline still has my money.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they're saying, they're going to hold on to the money. They're going to hold on to the ticket. But I was supposed to go for my friend's wedding in Vegas last year. So I'm waiting for that trip. I just want to travel.
Awesome. Well, like I said, once it's safe to do so, I approve that message. Right now, don't do it. Don't do it. They passing these germs all up through the United States. You don't want none of that.
I know.
Okay, my cousin is asking. So Stan is about to really talk about this George Floyd case. I want to watch when he breaks that down. Yeah, I'm sure you will have that discussion, Stan. Will you not? Let us know. I love Jamaica and Antigua. Absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, like I said, I heard those are two excellent islands to go visit.
Yes.
Do it, girl, when it's safe. Absolutely. I completely agree. Because like I said, I'm thinking that once the pandemic is over, these airlines been missing out on money. These islands been missing out on money. There should be a lot of nice, cheap packages available.
Oh, yeah.
To draw you guys back in. So just bide your time. Save your money so you can do it up big when you go down there. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, okay. It's almost that time to let our guest go. Before that, one, I want you to, of course, promote anything you got going on and let people know where they can find you, whether it's on the Bigo streets or and other social media platforms.
Okay, so you all can find me on those Bigo streets at Fierce One. So it is Fierce and then one, no spaces. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Fierce Mama, also with no spaces. If you do put a space in there, somebody else will pop up and your phone automatically wants to put the space there. So you have to pay close attention. Fierce Mama, no spaces on YouTube and on Instagram.
All right, folks, and there you have it. Again, I would like to thank you very much, Fierce Mama, for joining us. I very much appreciate it. Shout out to the people in the Bigo streets that may check this on the rebroadcast. Also looking forward again to having my friend Shy Glowhard come on the show on Thursday so we talk about some of the things that went on in her life and times. And looking forward to that. And perhaps bringing other people on the show from the Bigo platform, which we actually will have a little bit of a bigger conversation about next week. Nick, if you're in the building, please join me for that conversation. We'd love to have that with you. Tracy saying, thank you for coming, Fierce Mama. Absolutely.
My pleasure. Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, y'all, the one and only Fierce Mama, make sure you check her out. Again, you're gonna go to YouTube and look up Fierce Mama, no spaces. Same with the Instagram. And also you can find her on the Bigo Street, known as Fierce One. So check her out. Always a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you on those Bigo streets. And we'll talk about what was talked about. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for having me. Everyone take good care and blessings to you all and stay very, very safe.
Absolutely. Bye, young lady, and God bless you. So thank you again. Okay, we're about to go to commercial break, and then actually I'm going to invite my cousin, Dr. Facey, to join me, and we're going to talk about some other things in regards to the show. Again, y'all, that was Fierce Mama. Very much enjoyed talking to her. Yes, I am, and I will. Absolutely. That'll work. So that being said, let me send the invite out to Dr. Facey. Actually, Nikki, if you would like, if you have a minute, you could join us as well. We're going to talk about the changes in the Georgia law, and also I want to have a discussion about what we're going to do for our seniors and graduates this year in regards to things. So I'm going to send you both the invite, and when we come back, either one or both or all will join us, and we will have that discussion. This is Get Off My Lawn Live. That was Fierce Mama. I'm still E-Beezy, and we will be back at the word from our proud sponsor.
Come on now. Okay, black on. Get into it. Black on. Look at that. David Ford. Right there. That's his thing. Black on. He don't know Tom. Look at that. David Ford. That's his thing. He don't know Tom. Yeah. Yes! Oh, here we go. Oh, I can see the demons. I can't see the demons, but I can see the light.
We are creating black luxury across this country.
All right, y'all, we are back. This is Get Off My Lawn Live. I'm your host, Eric Buckner. Now I'm being joined by a couple other people that are members of the Nighthawk Network. We have the one and only Dr. Evangelist Marla Faith. Right, among other things, is the host of her show known as Monumental Moments in God's Word. And then we also have from Let's Talk About It with Aunt Nikki, as well as Dish and Tea, the one and only Aunt Nikki. Aunt Nikki 215.
There's feedback.
Yeah, we are getting feedback.
A lot of feedback.
I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, let's see.
Let me make sure it's not on.
Hold on.
There's feedback.
Okay, you talk, cousin.
A lot of feedback.
Okay, feedback on your end. Okay. All right, now you talk, Nikki.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay, so yeah, cousin, the feedback's on your end.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, the feedback's on your end, cuz.
How do you turn it off? Do you have
Not
it
sure.
playing on one of your other devices?
Are you on multiple devices right now? Feedback from your end.
I don't have but one thing on. How do you turn it off?
I'm not sure.
Her mic.
Okay, let's see.
She could touch her mic and it'll cut the mic off and then cut it back on only when she's ready to speak.
Okay. You hear that, cousin? Okay, so yeah, while she's working that on her end. Okay, y'all. So we are here and we want to talk now about some of the things that's going on in regards to the Georgia voting rights and some of the changes they have made. I want them glasses. When I get rich, I'm getting a pair. I'm gonna
Me too.
A couple pair of them day before for the end of the year.
Me too, baby.
Like I said, now that
My
I'm
birthday in June.
I think some of my big old money is going to go to that.
Wait. My birthday in June. So if anybody say they want to get me something,
I can't hear y'all though.
Y'all can all pitch in and get me a pair. It's June the 6th.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, cousin. I think you're back now. Talk now, cuz.
When she was talking, there wasn't no echo, but then she said she couldn't hear us.
Talk, cousin.
She said she couldn't hear us.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, hold on. Can you hear us now?
Tell her to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Go out and come back in.
Yep, Yep. You know, the yard be tripping sometimes, y'all. You know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hold on. There we go. Okay, so while she does that, turn down her audio volume. Yep. Someone has a monitor on. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's something.
We got all us technical people in the house to help me out. I appreciate it. Okay, so you are
Stan, did you hear that? Who was that was talking about the glasses? Was it Stan?
No, that was actually Tracy.
Trace, come on, 215. When my birthday come up, y'all all pitch in and buy me a pair. I don't even need one person to buy me a pair. It could be a collective.
Well, you know, Aunt Nikki always has the Cash App available for you guys to check it on out.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was down there.
If you want to contribute to her cause to get her some of them fine day before, you by all means do so.
That better?
Okay, talk, cousin.
That's better?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So now we can have this discussion. Now here's the thing. At one point in time, you were a citizen of Georgia, were you not, cousin?
I sure lived in Georgia. Yes.
Yep, and Nikki's living there now. So you are two excellent people to have this discussion with. Okay, now it was bad enough how Georgia was set up in terms of the voting rights as it was, but now they have made these changes that has made it that much worse. Basically, I just want to hear from y'all. I mean, y'all the ones, particularly you, Nikki, you one got to deal with it. What are your thoughts on some of these changes?
I'm ready to move. I mean, I don't have any problems, but knowing that somebody else will have problems the way they tried to do it this time, it was like I felt like my uncle's song was playing all over Georgia, like ain't no stopping us now. Because they were not for the sorry, Reverend. They wasn't for it. I be cussing all the time. I be trying to get it together when I know you here.
It's okay. I got a beat button for my own ear.
He working on me. As my mom used to say, he know me.
That's right. Amen. And I ain't standing in judgment. So hey.
But no, I feel like we talked about this before when it comes down to the Constitution and how I even feel about amendments. First of all, why they're amendments? How about you throw the whole damn thing away and we start over?
Amen.
I don't want an amendment. I don't want you to be able to keep coming back and voting on something that is rightfully ours. Who gives you the right? That other one where it's like you come to see if we not still gonna be free or not. Like, come on. That is just downright hateful shit.
It is.
And
it really
I feel
is.
like it's some underlined, backhanded thing because this state turned blue. And now the lawmakers who are still bleeding red are mad. And you do this because you know that after this state just turned, there's no way in this world that should have ever happened.
Right.
There's no way. How, Sway? How?
Right, that part. I mean, let's
Because I
talk
need to
about
see
some of
those
these
vote
things.
counts.
Let's talk about some of these things. Yeah, Tracy, absolutely right. Oppressive nonsense. Some of these things that they're actually changing. For example, they're trying to make it to where when you are doing your mail-in balloting, you must also provide a proof of identification, whether it be your driver's license number or some other document that verifies you are who you say you are. And of course, that has to be verified as well.
And that's the messed up part. What about our elders?
Exactly.
Our elders don't always have that stuff. A lot of our elders who are still living and very much in our let's not just say seniors, but the senior elders.
Amen.
Talk about them. They don't always have that stuff. A lot of them can't even read. Remember, they were still signing with an X.
Right.
That's not fair, and they know it.
And behind that, it's so underhanded. It's so underhanded when you think about it, because not only about the older people, but when I think about how they're doing the black people or the minorities, I'll say it like that. They want to continue to. They're mad because we have finally got educations. We're doing things that they never thought that we would ever do, and so now because of that, they are doing everything in their power to stop it. When it comes to the elderly people, I'm really frustrated with that, because I remember when my foster mother, she was 92 years old, and it was like time for her to vote. And this was in Virginia, just a little bit before she passed away. And I took her to go vote. And I remember even in Virginia, how many things they were asking her. And I'm like, she's been in a nursing home for like 5-6 years. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, she has her little Social Security card, but as far as like going to the DMV and getting an ID, the last one she got was probably when she was 70 something, you know, and it's like, why is that important? You know, she's got clarification of where her mail comes to. That should be enough. That should be enough.
Agreed.
Doctor, I'm glad you said that, because you know what? At that age, you got proof of where you live, and you already got the voter's registration card. How many people of actually above 70 are going back
to the DMV?
To the DMV.
Exactly. To wait in line.
At that age, they don't care about their ID or none of that stuff, because all they really need is their Social Security card and probably their medical cards.
That's it.
To make sure that they are okay after they have a doctor. Right. The doctor don't care that your driver's license expired.
Right. Tracy brings up.
Is your doctor going to tell you that you can't come to the doctor because your driver's license expired? So why can't you vote?
Right.
Because think about it. Once they get a certain age, they're not even driving.
Because they could be sick and shut in or disabled or something to that effect.
Right. And then you go and you're stopping the elderly. Then you're going to tell somebody too young, well, you know, just because you turn, there's a lot of people because of affordability, they haven't been able to take driver's ed, those kind of things, but yet they're old enough to vote. But because they haven't got licensed, because they don't have that. I mean, yeah, people ought to encourage them to go get a state ID. We got that. But that doesn't happen in every situation. And especially in some of these areas, I'll say it like that, areas where it's not a big push for stuff like that. They just want to make sure their kid get out of school.
And let me add this for a clarification.
Be alive by the time they get home.
Everybody in the United States is required to identify themselves. Why are we paying for identification if it is something you are requiring by law? Why
you better come on.
Tax dollars not
you better come on.
And there's like in some states, it's like as much as $50 and $40 and $50.
Like $15.
It's crazy.
Listen, and let's talk about that thing again, Dr. Bucci, when we talked about the expiration. If it's expired, that means it was already still me, right?
Right.
So do the date make it not be me?
Right, because see, I understand in terms of driver's license, getting those renewed as people's eyes and stuff. But in terms of identification itself, this basic state ID, you always gonna be you. Yeah, you might gain a little weight.
They should never have an expiration date on those. The state ID should never have an expiration date.
No. I can understand younger people having to go back like every 5 years because the young people change. You may
Right.
have
Appearance
green
changes.
hair today, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm not saying you should have to, but I'm saying I can understand because women, they mature differently. Sometimes they look, men do too, but
I was gonna say that, but after 30,
I say after 40.
You see this?
After 40, I don't think it should go back.
I've had this same face. I've had this same face the whole daggone time. Like the only thing might change.
I really haven't. I've changed I've changed over the years.
My
I really
face has been the same. I look at my picture, the few pictures that I have of when I was young, my face has always stayed the same. Now you might catch me with my purple hair. Well, that's probably gonna be from now on forever. So I might as well go and get that picture changed.
I love that purple. I love purple hair. Go ahead and take it off so I can see that purple hair.
No, my braids is messed up now. There's purple braids under here, but they're gonna stay. It's gonna stay purple.
Nikki, how much you like purple? Because that's her favorite color.
It's my favorite. It's because I know that it's royal.
That's it, girl. That's it.
I'm sticking with it. You can tell me I'm too old for it if you want to, but I'm still be wearing it.
Okay, Stan is saying if your DL is expired, won't a cop still use that info or write the ticket? Expired or not, it's you. Absolutely.
Right.
Former Officer Mason himself. So yeah.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you're gonna have to still pay. You still have to pay money for the ticket.
Be checking in, go blue. Now you know go blue, and you drive me crazy right now because you know I'm taping the game, and as soon as I get up off of here, I got to see what my team is doing. You know this.
Tell Stan Mason to make sure that I know when he talk about George Floyd. I need to make sure I listen to that.
Me too, because he be coming on Saturday mornings. Y'all know I be tired. I don't need to do the playback on that when I want to be there.
Pay listen to the rooms. You feel like talking about it for a few minutes.
Maybe I just invite him
Because I don't want the playback. I know a lot of times I got to go back and watch. I don't want to go back and watch on that one, Stan. I want to watch it live.
There's no answer, y'all. This Saturday, he's going to be getting it in. Okay.
Saturday, okay.
When I was staying, I definitely hear some of y'all opinions on that. Shout out to all the fellas, too, from behind the blue curtain. We got Isadora.
Y'all do amazing. That thing be amazing.
Antonio Tillman. We also got Chief Devlin, who's usually checking out the show. Shout out to you. And don't forget Big Joe. Big Joe in the building, and John as well. Shout out to them. What's good, everyone, says Coach V.
Hey, Coach V. How you doing?
Somebody asked what time, Stan?
It's 11 a.m. Eastern, right?
11 a.m., Tracy. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So you there in Philly. So, yeah, your time.
I'll be sleeping in on Saturday, but I'll try.
But that's all right. You can still catch the.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be doing 9,000 things. So I always watch the playback. Mm-hmm. But for this, I want to make sure I'm there on time.
Yeah, like I said, y'all can always catch the rebroadcast of any of these shows, including the people to my left and right on their YouTube pages. For Dr. Facey, there's Marla Facey on YouTube. And for Aunt Nikki 215, you can check out Aunt Nikki 215 on YouTube for any of their past episodes. And of course, for mine, you hit Eric Buckner, Nighthawk Network Detroit. And if you have any comments in regards to the things that they are talking about, or you want to get in contact with them, we have a universal thing here at the network, nighthNetwork313@gmail.com. You can send that information to me, and I will make sure it gets to the appropriate member of the network so they can address it.
Thank you for that, E, because I be behind on my emails, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. If y'all need to email me something, please do it to where E just told y'all, and he'll tell me to go look. I swear, y'all, I got 6 different emails, and each one is for different things. So if somebody don't say, hey, I'm about to email you, or hey, I emailed you, then I kind of respond. Sorry.
I'm horrible.
I'm sorry. Like I don't
know.
Yeah, but
y'all see, I've been missing in action the last few days. I listen.
Yeah, but like I said, not to sidetrack the conversation on our bad, but back to this thing. Okay, the voting rights people, they are doing these things in Georgia. The reason why we must discuss them is because your city and state may be next. They may
it will be. Okay, it will be.
All the votes back to make that state red. Let's see what other things we could do in these other states. Another thing,
you think about it.
We definitely got to talk about the most ridiculous part of this particular amendment. That about the fact that if you are in a line there in Georgia, getting ready to vote, you're there for an extended period of time, and in the past, some people have gone as far as say, we're going to look out for our peoples and bring them some water and food to help them as they get through this line.
We've done it.
You're no longer allowed to do that. It is viewed as a criminal act if you do so.
What?
Talk about
you know that Dish and T, we do that. Last time me and Meech We went out to the different polls. Me, Meech, and Mook went out to the different polls with snacks and water and everything. Now, which was so funny was we didn't really have to give anybody one because our lines wasn't long because y'all know we have early in-person voting in Georgia. So a lot of people did early in-person voting.
Nikki, yes, you do have early in-person voting, but
it's about to be changed.
Right.
Down. There's only going to be a week or so as opposed to 2 or 3 weeks. And also, a lot of the voting places where you can go vote early are being eliminated. So you're going to have a hard time with that. And it just so happens that a lot of those places, Savannah, Atlanta, some of the places where large populations of African Americans happen to reside.
It's really ridiculous.
And the
they're also cutting down on the drop boxes for early voting as well in some of those same areas.
Yeah, for me, when we do our early voting, it's important for me to do it. Me and Meech try to do like Meech. I think for Agent Orange, I did it like the 3rd day, but for this runoff that we had just had, I was there on the 1st day. I think it's important if you're able to get there to do it early because in my mind, we know the backwards ass BS that they try. So I say I'd rather do it early than to go on the day of actual voting and then here comes the mess. So if some crap pop off on the early run, then I could get it fixed before it's time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just really think it's unfortunate that in this day and time, in 2021, that they are even allowed to do anything like this. This is just so
Jim Crow. So Jim Crow.
It is.
So Jim Crow.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those things like you want to get back at us because
No, we could not find those 20,000 votes for you this time, sir. But next time we got because we're going to discourage as many of these old people and these young people from voting so that it can go back red the way we had it. That's all.
Well, I hope that all the people in the middle make sure that the older people and the younger people get to where they need to get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And carry their little bag for them and make sure that they got their water and everything. So so it ain't looking like you giving it to them. They have it in their own satchel. But it's just bad that you even have to go through that. I mean, I think about the fact that there were times when just in voting where you may wait in line 3 or 4 hours, whatever, that's way too long anyway. It really is. But why would you, not even just an old person, it could be a person that just has a hard time standing.
Ailment. You just might have an ailment. I know I do.
An ailment and you say, oh, it's hot out there. And that person, I may be a medic and say, that looks like somebody that's having some trouble that needs some water right now. Just verbal looking at someone, you can tell.
All voting is not done in November when the weather's a little cooler. A lot of those primaries take place in August and July. And I can only imagine how hot it is down there in Georgia that time of year.
Right. It's hot right now. Can I ask a question though? I got back the other day. I mean, my house.
It's only gonna be 36 degrees here on Thursday.
I'm sorry, I didn't know because I haven't even been watching the news because I got so pissed off at that stuff that I haven't even turned the news on.
It's sad.
But here's my question. So we didn't have to do this either, but we had already stated, like in the last 2 things, that if there was somebody who may need to go to the bathroom, that we would stand in the line for them in their place. So is that going to be something that they messing with too? I didn't hear that. Like, did they say anything about that?
I didn't hear anything necessarily
about that, but I wouldn't put nothing past them.
But I wouldn't put it past them because to me it would look like saying well, they got out of place, so they got to either go all the way back to the back, and then if they got out of line, they may miss the time. It's just sad. It's just horrible. It's horrible.
Right. And then another thing is they have rolled it back to where here in Michigan, they automatically send out absentee ballot applications because everybody has the right to do so by absentee now. And they hate that. And they're trying to roll that back here in Michigan, and we're not having it, and we're not for it.
They shouldn't. First of all, here's what we need to do. And this is just my personal opinion. Y'all can tell me if y'all agree or disagree. We do everything electronically now, right?
Hello.
If you have your voter's registration card, there should be a number on there, your social security number, whatever little number they want to give you. We should all be able to vote from the privacy of your own damn home, whether it be your phone, your tablet, your computer.
Yeah.
With your number, it should only be able to go in one time.
Right. And if it's an elderly person that does not have the today's stuff, then they need to make a way for them to be able to get that
Right.
ballot.
Those people that knock on the door 5,000 damn times before it's time to vote, bring the tablet and stuff with y'all.
Right. But the sad part of the scary part of that is
absolutely. Hold on. Stan is saying, how can the government provide cooling centers and pass out water when it's 105 and then lock folks up for giving it to a voter? That is BS.
Right. It's BS.
It really is. And they know these older people gonna look like, well, child, it's 100 a day. I guess
I can't be out there. You know I can't be out there.
And see, the problem is, at least as far as Georgia go, and God bless her, one Miss Stacey Abrams, who decided, okay, I didn't win my race, but I'll be doggone if I let them get away with it again. I'm a
come on. She don't play no games.
And let people know what their rights is in regards to that. So when it comes time to vote, they ready. And you better believe
her or Aunt Keisha, honey. I tell y'all, Aunt Keisha ain't no joke either.
Right. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
What Beast, you went that route. What about the lady that got arrested behind the man signing the
bill, and the governor and his himself decides to sign it under the backdrop of the plantation. Actually arrest one of the elected officials in the state senate who came to knock on the door and discuss with him in regards to the bill. She was arrested for that.
And they tried to say that it was like that one cop that first grabbed her said he did it because he feared for his life because he thought about the insurrection at the Capitol. That woman didn't. Come on, for real.
Didn't have weapons first. You see that person? She's
all serious right now.
That's what he said. They arrested her for the same crime that some of the insurrectionists got that actually stormed the Capitol.
Right. And keep in mind,
we
definitely will be talking about the George Floyd trial and some of the stuff going on there. I can tell y'all early on, the way it's setting up, they're trying to make that man look like anything but a child of God in order to get this man off from murder.
But the people,
at the end of the day, even if he was anything but the child of God, he didn't deserve what he got that right then.
Not at all.
Because they didn't know. Number one, they didn't know nothing about him when they went to do what they did. They knew nothing about him.
They did.
Except for that one. Look, except for that one cop who had worked with him at the club.
Going to come out later on the trial. The fact that they
worked with him at the club, so you know exactly who he was.
If they had any type of discussion, I think that's the last straw right there, y'all. Let it be found out that I ain't never liked him, or something to that effect. It's a done deal for him.
Well,
you know what? If we thought it was bad all these, this past year, it's going to get so crazy.
Yeah.
When they try it.
Because they already have several thousand people from the National Guard there in Minnesota right now.
And they should be.
Something comes off in that trial that makes it to where black people say, oh, see, here they go. I can tell you now.
This is the thing. And this is the exact thing that I always say. When it comes to us, you want us to be nonviolent. But you've been nothing but violent since the day you snatched us off the shores of West Africa.
There you go.
But every time we speak up, then, oh my God, I'm afraid for my life. We were not the aggressors. We were not the ones getting branded and beaten and buck busted and all of that carrying on.
Right. You teach us to be subhuman, but then you fear us because we have found a way to become educated and happen to be stronger and faster than you. Because
what's the young lady name from Until Freedom? I love that. I love that lady.
From where?
The young lady, Until Freedom. The Black Lives Matter lady. She be having the brazen hair. Her and Yandy be getting arrested and all kinds of stuff.
She came to the knee on the neck thing when I was up here in DC when I went to that. What was her? I don't know her name though. I know
when she did that one, when she did that first little speech after the thing, and she talking about you talking about being violent. We learned it from you. You want us to stop being violent? You stop being violent.
Right. Helena, if you out there somewhere, please look that up for us. Though you are
I forget her name, but I love her because it's not just one of those rah things. She has solutions. She's coming up with different things on what we need to do. It's not just about the marching and the sit-ins and all that old stuff. It's real life
matters though. Yeah,
right.
None of that stuff
Because
matters really.
every time we try to do this peaceful thing, that's why when they always be like, "Oh, you so Malcolm X." Oh, well, I was born into the nation.
See, my husband just said that to me today. He said, "I'm still really just Malcolm X because we've tried it the other way before, and it ain't
right.
worked."
But people always get that misconstrued when Michael X said, "By any means necessary." He never said by this only means.
Right.
He said by any means. So whatever we need to do is what we need to do.
Right.
They took it as we meant violence.
He said,
but
I
it
watched
could
the girl Danielle was speaking and they were muting the conversation and the other witnesses was being questioned as if he was on trial, painting him the angry black man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Said,
oh, yeah.
They're going to do everything in their power to get
That black guy, just because he was an MMA fighter and all that, they tried to make it like he was on trial. I'm like, dude, he was standing there trying to tell you to stop.
George Floyd as the ultimate worst human being, but anybody associated with him as well, to almost make it seem like he deserved what he got, and we know that is not the case, not at all, not in any way.
You know what? The thing that bothers me about the George Floyd thing. Yes, the neon, all of that does already. We already know that. But I'm saying the $20 bill. Let's just go to the $20 bill.
It all happened in the first place. Please say that, cousin.
Who really? Okay, so my thing is, if I was a store owner and somebody brought $20 in, first of all, just because he passed the $20 to you, don't mean he knew it was illegal either. Doesn't I get $20?
Thank you. I was about to say that. Oh, go ahead, Reverend.
I get $20 bills and $5 bills and things, and I don't know that they're really real or not. I just go to the next store and shop with it. And so my thing is, who if I was a store owner, let me just break this. If I was a store owner and somebody came to my store and bought something and I realized that it was I did the little mark and I looked and it wasn't real, I would say directly to myself, hey, this isn't real, or can I have my product back and you take the $20? Or give me another $20 and let's look at that. Plain and simple. If he ran out and did not pay me the $20, I'm not calling no cop for $20. I'm just not going to do it. I'm like, your store.
You can't come back in here. That's all.
You can't come back here and shop no more.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, everything that's in your store, merchandise wise, is already bonded. It's already you got insurance on it. So what is $20 loss for And then the guy, after it's all over, he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have called the cops if I'd have knew that was gonna." How was you gonna know it was gonna happen? But see, that should be a lesson. Everything's not worth you going and doing all of that about. Take your little $20, chalk it up as a loss, and keep it moving. God will bless you. You know what I'm saying? God will bless you.
Put the picture up. Put the picture up in the store, like the little Asian store do. Put that picture up. He can't shop here.
And the whole point was they never even realized that it was no one. I never heard anybody say that he even said, I didn't know it wasn't real, or yes, I knew it was real and I was trying to pass it on. No one said anything like that.
Don't give him a chance.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said he didn't get a chance to because they killed him.
That's what I said. We both said at the same time. He didn't get a chance.
Yeah. So my point is, he who knows, he could have died for no reason. I mean, it was already no reason anyway, but I'm just saying, it literally could have been like no real reason to even. I may not even realize I passed $20. Come on, like really?
Listen, I've gone to a store before. You ever go to a check cash? Y'all know when we used to go to the check cash place instead of going to the bank sometimes. Cash, honey. I went to go pay for something one time after leaving the check cashing place. And it was like a fake 10 or something in my stuff. And I'm like, first of all, I just cashed my check. And I took it right back. Now I had to go through this song and dance and all kinds of stuff like that. But that absolutely happens.
Yeah. Even at at a bank. I've heard it
Yeah.
happen at a bank where
I've heard people say it happened at a bank.
I've gotten money from a bank, because when you think about it, a teller's there. If you just think about how money can be passed, a teller comes in, you at the line, you get your cash. Are you giving me cash to put it? And they're sitting up there like, okay, I'm giving this person. They not checking every little one that comes in like that.
Right.
So you may pass
You
it
gotta
off to me.
understand, people, in these days of laser printers that do excellent copies. Look at this here, for example. I copied this off my Facebook page today. You see how clear cut and all that is?
Okay.
So yeah, you get you a printer that can do that type of detailing, you can make you a good forgery. It's not that hard.
But but in reality, most forged bills come from the white man. It ain't came from most of us. We ain't got
Because
that kind of
most people don't have that technology and the understanding.
Right. I did my trade in high school. I went to a vocational school. My trade in high school was offset printing and photo typesetting. I know how to make money. I ain't doing it.
Okay.
But I know how.
Right. When I listen
now, I ain't gonna say if some plates fall in my mailbox and then say,
right.
Yeah, but the majority of people don't,
Right.
And news folk on channel James Baldwin, I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. Exactly.
Period.
When say that one more time, I'm sorry.
About time you came to see your brother, man. What's going on, H2? So producer H2 in the building. I needed you earlier. I needed to research. Where was you? But anyway, yeah, so we are talking about the voting rights, and in the end, like I said, be up on what's going on in your local government, because if you do not pay attention, they will slip some Mickeys in on y'all as well. Be very mindful of what goes on. If not, that's why
I'm glad you use that reference, because maybe that might make people understand. Sometimes we got to put stuff in layman's terms. I don't like to say dumb down, but in layman's terms, because sometimes they put so many of these things, executive orders and all kinds of stuff in it out for people who might go over their head. Hey, I'm educated as hell, and some of that stuff sometimes go over my head. I got to look up some stuff. What about the people who will not take time to look up a word that you really ain't so sure about, or look up the terms that you really not so sure about? So I'm glad that we have these kind of things where we can break it down for regular people to understand, because if government and politics is not your profession or your passion or anything like that, then you might not understand some of the things that are going on. And like he said, they might slip you some Mickeys in there and you ain't even gonna know it.
Right.
Well, I'm here to tell you, I study these things. If you have any questions in that regard, again, y'all got the email, hit me up. I will help you either find the answer or lead you to an avenue where you will find said answer. But okay, y'all, we're about to take a quick commercial break. And if the ladies would again indulge me in the conversation, I want to talk about senior year in terms of what we are going to do with our children this year in regards to some of the senior activities or graduation activities, and how we will navigate that in the midst of still a pandemic, y'all. Knowledge is power. You better tell them, H2. So that being said, let's take this quick commercial break, and we will be back to have that discussion. This is Get Off My Lawn Live. That is Dr. Marla Facey. That is Aunt Nikki. I am E. Beasy, and these are our commercials. Y'all know y'all like them.
We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today?
Hey, bitches.
And now, once again, from the iconic city of Baltimore, we bring you season 2 of Helena Hologram. Hey, bitches. Let's talk about it.
We can't hear you.
This is Get Off My Lawn Live. We are back. I am your host, Eric Buckner. As you know, that is Dr. Marla Facey. That is Aunt Nikki. And we are here having discussions with y'all this evening because, as H2 has adequately pointed out, platforms like these are very important because the main media will not always have these discussions with y'all folks. All they want y'all to do is tune in and watch them commercials so y'all can pay for them products. They don't care about what you think for real. I'm just saying. But anyway, that being said, we're going to have another discussion. As y'all know, it is going on April, and of course, in the world that is school, it is time for those people who are about to graduate, whether they be from the 8th grade, 5th grade, 12th grade.
Look, I'm doing homework right now.
See what I'm saying?
Y'all can see my head going down. That's why, because it's due before 11:59.
So yeah,
I'm not usually this close to the deadline, but I've been busy the last week.
Right. Never too old to learn, people. Remember, some of those fine commercials that you see is because I took the knowledge that I've gained during the pandemic and I learned how to do such things. It's possible, y'all. YouTube University is a powerful university indeed.
I'm gonna tell y'all seen that Black Innocence thing? Meech put that one together for me. That Black Innocence, that's the line that we have that we're trying to build to be able to help young men, well, not even just young men, but men of color. I don't want to just say Black because it's not just us. People who may have been wrongly convicted. Like, y'all know I'm going through something really crazy with my son right now. And everybody in the world knows that my son didn't do this, but because my son was there, the same sentence happened to my son.
Right,
so
wrong,
we're fighting.
Wrong time, wrong color. We got you.
Right. And so we're fighting. And what we got to realize is during that process of appeals, you have a certain amount of days to be able to get the appeal lawyer. And if you haven't, this is the crazy thing. If you have an appeal lawyer, then you have to pay for the transcripts. And you only got 15 days after you get your lawyer. After the lawyer puts in the paperwork for the appeal, you have 15 days to pay for the transcripts to get it. My son's transcripts was, how much was they? $7,500?
Yeah.
$7,500 after we had just, mind you, tried $25,000 for that lawyer. Start off with this lawyer, $7,500. That one wasn't, that's not that bad. But after we just give him the down payment of $4,000, you tell us within the next 15 days, we have to have $7,500. And I think what is happening to a lot of these men and women too, because we know that women are coming up on the thing because they're taking the fall for shit they didn't do and all kinds of stuff. And when you have situations like that and you don't have the money, or you just get the money because you say, we're not getting no public defender because we know how that works, right? So you scraping and getting the money to get these lawyers, and then they turn around and hit you with that. And then you don't have it. So then they fall through the cracks and they might be serving something that wasn't for them.
Can I share something with you real quick?
Absolutely.
One of the things that I have noticed, I've seen it happen. I can't say that it will, but some of these people, like, for instance, George Floyd's family, some of them, the brothers, they set up a new fund for helping young Black men. reach out, see if you can reach out to them.
No doubt, we don't need the money. The Black Innocence Project is what we created to do that.
Oh,
so
okay,
we could definitely reach out to them to let them know what we're doing, and maybe we can link up with them. Everything that's on that website was money that we were, because there was also another young man with my son who never even got out the card. Had nobody from before said he was there.
You don't need the money, girl, because God.
Well, no, I said we don't need the money for our cause.
For your
our cause is paid for.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Our cause is paid for. But what we're saying is we realize that there are other people, other mothers and stuff who might be feeling like, damn, I might have scraped and did everything. He can tell you I was out here selling dinners. We was doing everything. We was selling dinners. We had family raffles, all kinds of stuff to make sure we had that money for my son. But not everybody has support like that. So we felt like if we came up with this line, and it's on the website, and right now we took money out of it when we first needed to pay for the transcripts, but because we did all that, we haven't had to take any money out of it. I don't even know how much is on there, but we want to get with some people that we can work with to help other people who may need that. Because I see there's a big problem. This other young man, I felt so bad. He had nothing. My son didn't have nothing to do with it, and this boy had even less to do with it.
Okay, because
I try to take their lives away. It's crazy.
Let me get this comment. Tracy said, I've been a victim of circumstance when I was young. It's more common than people think. Many lawyers are hoes for the money and do nothing but take your money. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it's like what I was saying. I was telling my husband earlier today. I was like, a lot of people, they take the money. They're like public defenders in a sense, even though they really don't believe you're guilty. Or I mean, they may not, depending on what the circumstance, they may truly not believe you innocent. So they're not going to try their hardest anyway, because they like, I'm just going to take the money because. But I was going to say that I work hand in hand with this this program called Come On In Incorporation. And our CEO is Dr. John Williams, and he's actually starting, we're starting a school, and we've got some of it accredited already, but we're starting a high school, and just so people to get their diplomas that didn't, for whatever reason, they dropped out of school, whatever, they need to get their diplomas. You know, you go to online, they cost $1,000 and some dollars. You go, you know,
and then you don't really be learning nothing.
This program for $200 to get people just to, and you get a cap and gown and all of that, your regular diploma with credit, you know, but they're going to be doing it out of using life circumstances instead of all that GED stuff that nobody uses. We setting it up, and so we got the accreditation for the high school part, but we're doing on up to masters and all of that. But I'm saying, but also the program is going to be helping young people or people that are in situations like that. So I will let Dr. Williams know about what's going on with you. Give me the information and I will get him hooked up with you guys.
Okay.
He works for
and that just tied into what we were talking about, the cap and gowns and school and stuff like that. So can I say this first, E?
Go ahead.
Me getting my first bachelor's degree at age 49 because of COVID did not get to walk across the stage. I go in my closet and I look at my cap and gown every day and I want to cry.
And I'm glad
by the time this stuff is over with,
like you that they are considering. We're gonna talk about that. So hold
by the time this is over, I'm in the last 4 classes of my master's degree. I'm taking them one at a time because our campus is just starting to open back up and allow us to come in if we want to. So I started going back to class because I don't pay for online school. I pay to be present with the professor. Now, what I did learn about having to do this online is I want to shout out everybody who has to do online school, whether it be little kids or adults who have chosen to do online school before COVID because of your, your time schedule, your work schedule and all that. Anybody who clown people who do get online degrees, you need your behinds whooped. I'm gonna tell you that right now because the shit is.
I got mine online.
It's hard.
I got my bachelor's, my master's, and my doctorate online.
Listen, this stuff, I'm getting this master's in business marketing.
All right now.
SWOT analysis and all that kind of shit is not easy. And when you ain't got no professor in front of you, because I'm one of those people that need to ask questions right when it's happening, because I know I got 5,000 things going on. So if I ask you a question, I email it to you, and you email me back, even within a fashioning manner, even if you email me back in a couple hours, it's already out my head because I'm doing something else already. I need to be in the classroom. I'm just a very visual learner and I'm very personal when it comes to stuff like that. I need to make sure I get it.
Amen, Helena.
Right. Helena's saying, I received my diploma the same way in a program called the Maryland External High School Diploma Program. Absolutely. And like I said, there are other people who, if they got their graduation through GED or things of that nature, usually they're allowed to walk across the stage in the summer session or something like that. All that has been eliminated due to COVID. But now that we're starting to open back pockets of society, and some schools are fully implementing their whole program, some just doing partial learning and partial online learning, a lot of these kids are missing key components of that senior life, that being some of the senior events. And some of the ones in particular. One, of course, the prom. And like Helena said in her earlier comment, my goddaughter goes to Annapolis High. Their prom was canceled. Now, like I said,
I think that's so unfair.
Because
not unfair that they should do it, but unfair that this is happening. Because you know what? When you get to that, especially 11th and 12th grade, because 11th grade when you start, you're going on junior prom, you're going on the 11th grade trips and all that, and then you get to 12th grade, you're going on the senior trips and every senior daggone event that's happening. You know that you have worked hard for
they
this.
sell candy, whatever they do to make their money.
They do everything. They work hard, and some people don't realize. Some people, and I'm not just gonna say white people. I'm gonna just say affluent people. Some affluent people do not understand how hard it is for like an inner city child to graduate.
Amen.
But to know that they work.
Yes.
Yeah, because
and then for that to be taken away from them,
like the other parents, you're not in school, you got a job, and you need that job to help support your health, your household in some cases, and you're still trying to deal with all that and graduate. Sometimes you may be a teen mother or father and have that to contend with as well. A lot of those things are not necessarily the case in some of the suburban areas.
I was going to say, I've worked with the kids. So you got the kids who may be teen parents, and you got all them other people in their ear, like, you ain't never going to do shit. You ain't going to never be. You ain't. And then you do this. This is an accomplishment. And then they take away.
That's right,
That's
very good.
Yeah, a lot of us missed that we didn't get to do that. Then, of course, my prom night was something entirely different. Perhaps I'll talk about that on Thursday.
Well, I didn't go on mine because, my husband, he was, I guess, my boyfriend then, but he was already overseas when it was time for me to go. My first, I just didn't go. So
I was living in
I'm also when COVID is overthrowing the adult prom Nighthawk Network. What's that?
I was going to school in a foster home with the all whites. I was the only black in the school, so wasn't no point in me doing nothing. I wasn't gonna be included anyway.
You could
look. I've been there before. I went the first Catholic school I went to was K to 8th grade. It was only 3 black kids in the whole school.
I was it.
That is crazy.
They liked me for my basketball skills, though. That was about it.
I bet
they did. We was talking about that the other day. We was talking about that the other day. We was talking about something about. I think we might have been on Bigo when we talked about it. And I said they asked me to play Mary Magdalene, and at the time I wanted to do it because I liked the song. It was when we was doing Jesus Christ Superstar. So I know I'm singing and I love the song. They were singing. And I remember because one of the things was like, I don't know how to love him, something like that, right? And I just really the words really resonated. And then as I got older, I said, did they make me be Mary Magdalene because I could sing, or did they make me be Mary Magdalene because I was black? And that's the way y'all looked at Mary Magdalene like she was all.
Yeah, Tracy is saying, I feel like the children were robbed of their senior experience. They're not going to get that back. Because remember, we already have one group of seniors that basically got virtually nothing. And now here we are a year later, still having some of them same issues. Now, again, it depends on where you at, state to state. In Texas, they obviously going to have everything that they supposed to have because they don't get it.
Yeah, but my grandkids go to my kids my grandkids are in school in Texas, and believe it or not, some areas they still ain't doing everything though.
Thank God.
Mm-mm.
Y'all know one of my granddaughters has been back in the classroom.
Mhm.
I'm not in total agreement with it, but I can say I understand her mother's reasoning because it's not about work or anything like that. For her, it's because my granddaughter is very antisocial.
Mhm.
She's very, very shy. And so she wants her to have a more social experience. But in my mind, I'm like, at the cost of her life, cost of her health. She can't be social
Right.
online with the rest of them loud ass kids that be on the screen.
That's what my daughter's special needs, and I won't let her go back. And they got
That's why I'm glad Lily back here, honey. She ain't going to see nobody crying.
She ain't going back. She ain't starting back till y'all start next year. Hello.
If then,
If then.
Yeah, like.
Because like I said, the way it's shaping up, maybe not. But look, said not only do they not ready, but they can't afford senior activities. Because like perfect example, senior year 1988 for me. Our senior trip, there were two of them. One was to Cedar Point, that was $125.
Y'all babies.
I paid for that.
Yeah, good. We just went to Washington.
Right, but the senior trip that was
nobody wants the damn White House.
There was a class of 650 seniors. Only 12 people had the money to take that particular trip. So there's that.
Now, see, that's what Red was talking about.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that money. They sell candy. They do all kinds of fundraisers, car washes, all kinds of stuff to raise that money so that everybody can be able to participate in certain things. So to take that away from, even though I know it's about our health, it's still, I know at 50, I mean, I was 49 when I graduated, but I would have been graduation would have been 6 days after my birthday. So in my head, before this happened, I was like, yes, I'm going to be celebrating my graduation and turning 50. Y'all ain't going to be able to tell me nothing when I walk across that stage. Yeah. So I know how it felt for me being this old to not be able to do that. Mm-hmm. Now I know they saying they might give us another one coming up. Like
it ain't gonna never.
But by the time I do it, like I said, I'm in the last of 4 classes. I'm in the last of 4 classes for my master's degree. So they're saying something like I'll be able to walk twice. So that day I'll walk whoever goes in the morning, bachelor's or master's, and then whoever walks in the afternoon, I'll be able to do that. But it's still like I worked hard. I completed a 4-year degree in under 3 years.
Because mom and dad have not been working because they had to watch you do online schooling and had no other way to deal with it. Their job went offline. These unemployment bills and checks didn't come through right. And now you just not getting back on your feet with the stimulus. And now you talking about, mom, dad, I need this for a prom dress, this for a limo, this for a room if you that parent, and so on and so forth.
You know, that is where our cultures differ. Because those other people will go to a store and just buy a prom dress.
Right.
But not us. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I love that about us because we do go all out for it because we want them to know how special it is. But I think like in this instance, it might not, most people wouldn't be able to do that. But, you find the seamstress, the flyest seamstress in your town, and she's making them prom gowns. And now prom is like all out of good. Y'all been seeing the way proms go now?
Well, some of it's
the pre-prom, where you gotta have everybody come to the house.
Really at the prom, pre-prom party.
Right.
When my cousin's daughter went on her prom a few years ago.
Helena said, my prom was $55. Don't judge me for a couple.
Right. Meanwhile,
listen, let me tell you something, honey. You went
for $60 a piece.
Okay. My little cousin's daughter and her mom passed away.
Ooh.
Her mom passed away, so we really wanted her prom to be special, right? And it really, 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 I mean, it was amazing. But I didn't know we started having parties before the prom.
Mm-hmm. That's a good business.
I bet you did, Elena.
That's a good
business. They had a prom. Now, see, I ain't trying to just commit your services to nobody. Helena's a seamstress, baby. What?
Designer.
That baby can sew. That baby can sew. Yes.
I need your number, Helena, because I got some stuff I may want to do.
I was thinking, like, if we want to do some charitable stuff, maybe if we can all get together. Now, I'm not volunteering your services, H2. I'm just saying, if you felt it on your heart and want to make a couple gowns for people that may be able to go, I'll be willing to buy some material and stuff.
It's something we can work
Yes,
on,
Cindy.
y'all.
Amen.
I'm just saying, if they allowing some kids to go, if you want to, you know how some people might,
That's
you might
right.
just pick a child.
I
It might not
agree
be
with
a whole bunch of them, but it might
Right.
be a child.
I
And we
agree
want to
with
just,
Helena in her last comment. I
Okay,
agree
so
with
what you
you
yeah,
say?
100%.
so for the parents in the
What you
room
say?
at
I didn't see
home,
it. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
hold
What
on.
was it?
Hey, some of these folks is too grown. Exactly.
Yeah, some of
Well, that's
those
why you would be
girls.
making the gals, mother. Look,
Right.
mother, that's why you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
but you
that.
know, some of them like, oh my God, are
Right.
you
So
letting
like
your
I
daughter
said,
go
since I
out
got
looking like
two parents in the room, you know, even though y'all don't have seniors at the moment, if this was your kid's senior year, how would you deal with some of these activities? What would you tell them?
Well, I'm getting ready to deal with an 8th grade graduation, which I've already, and all my other kids are grown and been grown for a long time now. But I went through this with my niece. My niece graduated last year and didn't get to have it, and she was really, really sad. So we gave her extra money. Gave her extra money, so she could do. But even in that, it wasn't really a good because she couldn't really do nothing with it, like save it. You can't go nowhere.
Right.
I don't know.
So I would think maybe because things are starting to loosen up just a little bit, if they might not be able to have a prom, just whoever they were going to go on a prom date with, give them a special.
But I also think the kids understand. It's not like we're dealing with little bitty kids. It's sad that they have to miss stuff, of course, but I don't really think that they understand. They may not like it. None of us like it, but I think they understand why they can't do what they do. And some of them, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I guess what I would tell my kid is, baby, I'd rather you be safe than dead. Or safe, rather be safe than to bring something home to me or your dad who's older and we die. And next thing you know, you crying at a funeral because you brought something home and then you feel guilty of it for the rest of your life. I mean, you gotta weigh, it's a way.
It's a sad situation, but it's like, well, you can't die about it,
Right. So
child.
here's part of the problem. Okay, we got Nikki there in Georgia. We got you there in Maryland. As you know, Maryland a little bit more locked down at the moment. Georgia a little bit more wide open. So let's just say you got two cousins, one live in Maryland, one in Georgia. They're about the same age. They see that their cousin in Georgia could pretty much do what they want to do. They got prom and all that going on. Meanwhile, you in Maryland, you can't do nothing.
We do. We ain't got no proms going on, dude.
In Georgia?
I think it's going to depend on where you are. Because guess what? If you're in Fulton County, Keisha's not having it.
Yeah. Keisha,
you down in Savannah, that black mayor down there ain't having it.
You're
No,
right.
the mayor Athens probably
It depends on where you are.
So it does depend on where you're gonna be, definitely. Because I got some friends still in Columbus that they are doing
outdoor proms, but in terms of an indoor prom, as they normally are, no. The mayor ain't having it either. Mayor Duggan is saying today.
Wait, so Robert, you in Maryland too?
I'm in Maryland, Marla. Yeah, I am.
Okay, so when I was riding through the other day, I was just real mad because I was, I was just real tired. But I ain't even pick up the phone to call Elena because I was gonna stop through when I rode through Baltimore and was like, I want some crack.
You can
I
make
really
the
wanted
same
some
time they
crab
make
cakes
it.
the other day, but I didn't want to stop because I wanted to get home because y'all know I don't like driving. I love flying, and the situation called for me to have to drive. And I had three. I got the twins with me now, y'all. I have the 1-year-old twins and Lily and my daughter and my godson. So my godson, my daughter, and me, we're taking turns driving, and I got 3 little kids. But I'm telling y'all, as soon as we hit Baltimore, I was like, "Ooh, I should go ahead later right now. I want a damn crab cake so bad." That might would have made it better for me, y'all. All this COVID mess.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, Helena saying, Annapolis, Maryland's a little bit more shut down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in White Plains and we are too.
So that's gonna be the hard part, that some of these kids gonna see their counterparts living their best life, and meanwhile they on lockdown feeling like they being oppressed. Because they're not seeing a lot of kids their age getting COVID and being sick. They thought process would be like, well, we'll be all right. It's y'all old people that get sick from COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that we have to also realize is, our kids haven't been told no for, we're raising children that haven't been told no. I mean, but for me, in my age group, when I was young, they just say no for no reason. So, if I was told I couldn't do something, it just was what it was. And
Right.
so,
These kids are not bad because I said so.
right. I get it. But I think I'm old school, and I still I raise my child.
Me too, because I said so. Please say something after I say because I
Right.
say so. I
So
dare
it's
you.
like
I promise
you
you,
just can't go
it's
to
not going to be a good situation.
you just can't go to school. You just can't. I'm sorry, but right now this is the situation.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I just had a flashback just then. I'm sorry, Mama.
Right.
Because Lord knows
I'm like, I dare you to say something else after I say because I said so.
Why? Because I said blah before you even finish the sentence.
Exactly.
Halfway across the room.
I mean, the eye
Yeah,
twitch.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
twitching your eye, okay? Twitching it that you don't agree with something.
And look, if they thought they was reading your mind and thought you was thinking about something.
Yeah.
You had something about what you over there trying to say. I see it in your face.
Yeah.
Fix
So
your
I
face.
think as black children, I mean, I ain't trying to. I know this isn't all about race, but as black children, we need to get back to some of the old school. Look, you just can't. It just ain't happening right now.
Right.
When you get grown, they tell you in a heartbeat. When you get grown, you can do it your own way at your house.
Exactly. When
So if
you
you want
start
to go out
paying
there in the
bills,
pandemic at
do
your
it
house,
that
then
way.
go get your house.
We need more people going to the store and before you get in there, get them special instructions. When we get up in the stove, it's separate.
They're not touching that. They're not asking that.
Don't you ask for nothing. Don't you point at nothing. Don't you touch nothing.
And if you do, two to the throat. Two to the throat.
Like the supermarkets is a trap for little kids to get in trouble.
After you get a certain age, it ain't even if you touch something. You just ain't gonna touch nothing. You
just be like, you know what? I'm not playing ball. You know what my kids used to do? My kids would be like, Mom, do we have to go to the store? Nope, you sure the hell don't, because you already know. First of all, even though all 5 of my kids, I got 6 kids, but the 5 that I birthed they were picky eaters. I was not that parent that said, you're going to eat what I put on the table. I didn't do that to them.
I wasn't either.
That was probably the one thing that I, was leaned back on because, they just different. We were talking about that the other night. My son took us all out to eat. And we were talking about, everybody was amazed. My son had everything on one plate.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy don't like his food to touch.
That's me.
So I had to buy, remember those trays that we used to have at school?
Yeah.
School lunch trays?
Yeah. I got some of them right now.
I bought those because he didn't like his food to touch. And I learned that very early, like he was about 1 when I realized it. So now his thing is he can have his stuff on one plate, but his area has to be absolutely clean. So the place that we went to, him and his fiance, they bought this like extremely, exactly, her lady, better damn not. Like this is like one of them super breakfast things. They got like 5, and so many different things on there, right? But they bring each thing out on a different place. So it's like pancakes over here, eggs over here, potatoes over here, and stuff on it.
Right.
So that freaked him out. He didn't want it on all separate plates like normal, but the plates was getting on his nerves. So he kept cleaning the area, moving the stuff out of the way. But my oldest daughter, who I did not realize was doing this, every time he turned his head, kept pushing shit back over there. So I didn't know she was doing this. Cole told me when we got back because she done filmed it all. She was like, Mom, you didn't see Keisha just kept pushing stuff over there every time he cleaned it off and moved stuff up. I said, I'm gonna punch her in her face. But because they were all different, I didn't do that, eat what you know what I mean? I did make meals that I knew everybody would eat. But when it came to stuff like cereal, right?
Everybody got their own.
Yeah, because they didn't all like the same stuff. And listen, I don't drink milk, so there go the bad mom and me. I would buy all these damn boxes of cereal and forget the milk. They would have to go back to the store and buy some milk because I would always forget it because I don't drink it. I would only buy it like if I was going to make some macaroni and cheese, something I needed to cook milk with. But yeah, I did stuff like that. And even when it came down to cold cuts, like the lunch meat.
Okay, I never did that either. 99% of the time, we always ate with the family as a whole, like.
Right, that's what I would do for the kids.
Hey, I see what's going on. She is saying, my mama, your mama's mama. Shout out to grandma, rest in peace. As I said, so family. Oh yeah, you already know. Rutha May didn't play that. I went to the Crown, so I was not allowed to go on any senior trips or parties. Beverly Bumps, yeah, I know this, and you know my mother was the same way. You know, my father had to negotiate for me to go anywhere senior year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I remember
I
having people. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, I grew up in my early years with my foster mom down in Sedalia. She used to force us to, and she was a good foster mom, but this was the one thing that she would do that I absolutely hated because I was the finicky eater. I didn't like a lot of things. I would have to sit there, cold food, it didn't matter what it was. I would get it choked down my throat and all kinds of stuff because whipped until I couldn't, and I would just, I'd eat it and then throw up, and then I just went through all that. So when I had
kids, a little bit, didn't you, cuz?
Huh?
You talked about that in your book, didn't you?
Yes, I sure did. And so I said, so when I had kids, that's the one thing that I would never force them to eat anything they didn't like. I would say, taste it. If you don't like it, you ain't never got to have it again. And my husband, and I've been married a few times, but anyway, I'm just
me too, girl.
So, okay, but all right. So each one of them would have this, like your kids are spoiled, because my husband now from Jamaica, so he like you eat everything on your plate because that's just we ain't wasting food, type of way. But he's always agreed with me when it comes to my own kids. But the ex-husband before that, boy, he would have a fit with me about not making my kids eat everything. I'm like, I'm not choking nothing down my kids, and you better not either.
Right. You remember my brother, him and his wife would eat one thing and the children ate something different. A lot of families do that now. The parents will eat some good crab legs or something and then get them doggone kids McDonald's.
Now, see, we talked about that too.
Yeah,
I remember my mother-in-law said that before when my kids was little. She said, them kids is bougie. And I said, well, why my kids bougie? Because we would take our kids, they would eat crabs and shrimps and stuff like that. But my mom and them was like that. What they ate, we ate. So we ate a lot of seafood. Like right now, when they ask you, like they had that one question, what could you not live without? Oh, hell, I can't live without my crab legs and my damn white fish. My kids ate seafood because I ate seafood. I'm not preparing nothing else. Even when we do the blue crabs, once we showed them how to clean them and eat them and everything, they ate them right with us. When it's Alaskan crab legs, they eat them right with it. Lily be tearing up some damn crabs and crab, shrimps and stuff like that. Now, I don't like when parents do that. I don't like when they do that because I feel like you limit your child's palate. If you eating good stuff, then they won't know to try good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But she was calling my kids bougie. I ain't really appreciate that. Like, remember, we talked about that before about like Ponderosa and Sizzler and stuff like that. I didn't consider that to be bougie, but I didn't want my kids eating McDonald's.
Who is Beverly?
You sit there until you do. Yeah, your mama, Auntie Ruth not Auntie Ruth. Grandma Ruth was definitely like that.
Who's Beverly?
Beverly is my aunt. She is my sister's. She is my mother's sister.
Oh, okay. Because I was ready to say she old school too. Then.
Oh, absolutely. If I eat steak, exactly. I understand that.
Right. But I did feel bad about like Lily don't like vegetables. So I have been. Oh God, it made me so mad one night. Like when we buy the whole green beans, like not the frozen ones, and so I made these roasted garlic Italian green beans. Like I'm doing everything to make these things taste so good, so this little girl will eat them. Right. Me and Cole in here, we done ate the whole damn pan of green beans. We didn't even eat the other stuff I made because the green beans so good. I literally put 3 green beans. I'm not saying 3 forkfuls, 3 spoonfuls. 3 green beans on her plate.
That's how she used to do it. And I couldn't eat them.
It was like 2 hours. My son, who's away, he called. He said, "Mom, what's wrong?" I said, "I'm about to choke the life out your daughter here. I promise you." I'm about to choke the life. I said, "She got 3 string beans on her plate." He said, he thought I meant 3, 4. No, boy, she got 3.
1, 2.
That's it. Because before, when she was a baby, she ate every vegetable because she was around me more. Last few years, her mom works a lot and stuff like that. It's the fast food, and when her mom come home, when she do cook, it's not all the time.
So she's gotten away from liking vegetables, and that has literally killed me because I'm like, girl.
Right. Now, like
But
I said, I have to
cook
do
for
like
her ass eat.
more of my older age, but no, green beans wasn't ever an issue. It's some of that other stuff, that exotic stuff
My
that
son didn't like peas, and her dad didn't like
I
peas.
can't stand
lima
peas
beans
to
and
this
stuff
day
like
still.
that.
I just started liking peas. My brother came here when he was here a couple weeks ago. When I cooked for him. I made fried fish and baked macaroni and cheese. I made peas. I made collard greens. He was like, I looked at that pot and saw them peas, and I was about to be like, I know damn well she ain't about to put no peas on my plate. He ate about 4 plates full of peas. He said, what you put in there? I said, some goddamn sugar, some salt and pepper, and some butter.
Sugar and butter, and I do that, but I still don't like. I'll feed it to my family all day, but I ain't eating it. I don't like it.
I didn't start liking it. Yeah.
Well, as
But I have
y'all
a
know,
trick for y'all. I know what to do. I'm gonna go back to like when she was little. Y'all know I like the juice. So I would make her like the what y'all call them, Italian ices. We call them water ice. Really. I would make her those, like the popsicle type thing. I would beet juice, just any, like I take all the juices. Like not all the juices. I take all the foods, like all the berries.
No. And you know your mama used to like making liver and onions. When mine tastes
Yeah. I take all the berries. Y'all know I take all the berries, all the berries, and I put some spinach and some kale in there and some cucumbers, make it for she used to eat it all the time, make it like an Italian ice, like it was an icy, because it got all the berries in it to mask the fruit. To mask the vegetables. I'm gonna go back to doing that. I'm gonna make her add some popsicles with them damn juice.
Right, I'm with you, Helena. So look, y'all, we can have this discussion for hours and hours.
The team no peas.
It is
Don't act like that.
Shutting this down because one, I've eaten today a bagel and a sandwich, and now thanks to this conversation, I am hungry. So I'm going.
I'm hungry now too.
I think we got off topic, Eric.
We were
still talking about the daggone prom and stuff. We sorry.
It's
prom and
okay.
stuff.
These conversations take us there. It's all right. We talked about
the bottom line is it sucks that they can't go to prom and have graduation, but their lives are more important.
Absolutely. Amen. Worst case scenario, y'all, when everybody get vaccinated later on in the summer, have a summer prom. There you go.
When everybody what?
We ain't going there today, okay? Anyway, y'all, we are going to get out of here.
I would just give them an extra $100 and let them go shopping. Shoot, I don't rather do that.
It's the experience, though.
Yeah,
I know it is. I know it is.
Like I said, we about to get up out of here. I need to eat, and my team is playing, and they losing. They need my support. I gotta go. So that being said,
we need to go over to Bigo finally. I haven't been there really for real in some days. And I missed my brother's audition, y'all. I feel like crap, but I'm gonna be the first one to throw my spiel for the new month to make sure.
Show, Nikki. So if you want to come back next week and we can talk about our Bigo experience and whatnot, and get people understanding, we will do that. And thank you.
Yes, because we definitely need you guys to come over. We need everybody to come over here.
We will have that discussion next week. Absolutely. So yeah, thank you guys for joining in the conversation. I appreciate you. Also, special shout out to Fierce Mama. Thank you for joining us this evening. Very much enjoyed discussing with you as well. Thank you all in the comments and those of you who support the Nighthawk Network. Also, special shout out to H2, my social producer. And of course, my Auntie Beverly joined us live. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, Auntie. Until next week, we will be back to talk about more things that people need to talk about and talk with Aunt Nikki and others about a variety of different subjects. So be looking forward to that. H2, are you doing a remix tonight? Let us know, please. If so, you probably not going to catch me that first half hour. I got to go watch the game and eat.
I was going to say, I'm about to go eat.
I'm about to go to bed.
You want to come next week? You absolutely come, H2. You are invited. So, yeah, we will have that discussion next week, y'all. Until then, remember, tomorrow we got let me not do it like that. I got to tell about everybody else's show. Let's be fair here. We got H2 show, Hey Bitches, that comes on Monday night, 9 p.m. We also have Monumental Moment in God's Word with that beautiful young lady.
You spelled moments wrong, too.
Huh?
You spelled moments wrong.
Oh, you sure did.
I'm messing with you. Sure did. You gave it a double M. Moment.
It's been like that for months. Just I noticed. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, the show starts tonight on Facebook, Instagram, Dr. Marla's Face. Please find her. We also have Dish and Tea with Big Meat, Aunt Nikki right there, and Big Red. They do the show on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, around 9. And Mason, who we talked about earlier, behind the blue curtain, gonna be discussing that George Floyd trial specifically. Please check that out at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Don't forget the Girl Stop podcast with Elena Miller, Letitia Williams Howard. They were my guests a couple weeks ago. Excellent podcast. The new episode should be coming out soon. Pastor Sean Love Presents had an excellent episode this week that I posted on Monday. Check that out. Of course, we have Game Time Audible that we'll be doing tomorrow at this time from 9 to 11 with my boy Hugh Lee, who's probably watching the game right now. And we have other wonderful shows joining the network soon, including Israel's Room and
Sorry.
so please check them all out. Thank you guys for y'all support. That being said, we're getting out of here. Until next time, please be safe. Like Stan always says, life is not a family. Wear your mask. Be safe. Because either you're going to give me 6 feet horizontal or 6 feet vertical. But either way, you're going to get up out my face. So that being said, y'all, do what y'all need to do to come home to your peoples the way you left the house. Do that. One last comment before we go. The remix is tonight. Okay, I'm trying to get that after the game, H2. Until then, I'm out, y'all. They out. Have a good one. See y'all next time. Trying to find my outro. Hold on, y'all. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on, me. Really? There it is. Bye-bye, y'all.